first guest tonight is an Emmy, a Grammy, and Academy Award-winning rapper and actor. He stars in Silo, which is in its third season, with new episodes premiering Friday on Apple TV. Let's take a look.
What are you doing here?
No, wait. Hey, I want to ask you something, okay?
I don't care what you want to ask. You don't come to my son's school or my home ever. You understand?
Yeah, I understand. Okay. Look, I want to ask you for help.
No, listen. I will spend the rest of my life in the mines for throwing you over the rails before I let you come anywhere close
I
to
told
my
you
son.
I don't remember.
He remembers. My son. He wakes up in the middle of the night afraid.
At least he remembers. And he has a dad. I don't. I don't even remember what it feels like to have a dad.
Please welcome back to the show, Common, everybody.
How you doing?
I'm great. It's good to see you.
Great to see you.
You've been very busy. I want to talk about Silo, but I also want to talk about a couple recent visits back to Chicago, your hometown. Yeah. You went for the Obama Library as they opened the library, and there you are on stage. Eddie Vedder, Bruce Springsteen. First time performing at the opening of a presidential library?
Yes, it is definitely, and probably the only one that I would do. The only opening, but
no, they're upcoming.
No,
okay, gotcha. Yeah,
maybe in the future.
Maybe in the future, right.
But it was a beautiful day, and like it just was a day of inspiration and joy and togetherness. And the Obamas just created that environment, man.
Yeah.
It's on the south side of Chicago, not far from where I grew up, and it was just a light, man. And to be on stage. You see Bruce Springsteen, you see Eddie Vedder, but Stevie Wonder's there, Jennifer Hudson, John Legend, Tim's, and just good people.
Good people. Is it true that Stevie got you to freestyle?
Yeah, Stevie was like, Common, and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna do it. Stevie said, do it.
I would be nervous enough going up with material, but I guess you know what you're doing when it comes to freestyling. But that's an interesting audience to try out new bars at.
Yeah, I definitely was like, I had to stay in the moment. I was shouting out people that I normally wouldn't shout out, but I had to. George Bush wasn't the person I normally would shout out, but I did, though.
Yeah, and you know what? Shout out to George Bush for being there. Yeah. I think that shows genuinely. There was a time where everybody could come to these sort of celebrations.
That's why I said togetherness. It was like, I almost felt a forgiveness in it, like where, I used to think of George Bush like, okay, this dude is not for the people. And to see him there supporting Obama's and that togetherness, I'm like, we need that in leadership.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. We earned a shout out.
Yeah,
we earned a shout out.
Shout out.
All right, so this is very cool. All right, this is B. This is your album from 2005, which and I think this speaks to what a great album it is. It went platinum 20 years after it came out.
Yeah, better late than never.
Yeah.
Right? I've been known to kind of be a late bloomer, I would say, so.
Was it something, had you even sort of stopped thinking about the fact that it could go platinum?
Platinum was the last thing on my mind when it came to that album. But I think what was so great for me is that album always was something that I had teenagers, people that told me they were in high school when that album came out and how much it shaped them. I had a gentleman who was at war during the war at that time and told me he used to listen to that just to bring him some light because they were out there dealing with death all the time. So bigger than any platinum.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for the platinum.
Yeah, grateful for the platinum. Yeah.
But it's good to get that type of love.
That's great. It's a nice, again, like I say, I think if you continue to sell an album over the years, that's saying a good thing.
Something.
Not that you just stay in one lane. You're a man of many talents.
Yes.
And again, we're going to talk about Silo, but you have your own wine now.
Yes.
This is what an interesting development. How did this come about?
Well, I love wine, man.
That's
I like
a good
wine.
start.
I like drinking wine.
That's a good start.
And that start was the beginning. Like we were trying all these different wines, and I was drinking some good ones. But it was suggested from my team that we come with my own wine, and I partnered with Go Puff, who was doing. We had a partnership going already, and they was like, wine would be great. So I figured it out. Like I worked with my assistant, and we worked at getting the right taste, the right finish, the right everything, the smell. And it's just a beautiful wine. It's called Jeffrey Park, named after a park close to my neighborhood that I grew up in my neighborhood. Yeah.
That's very exciting.
Yeah, Jeffrey Parks.
I must have been. Was it nerve-wracking the first time you took a drink of your own wine?
No, it was great because it felt good, and I wanted to keep drinking. Well, well,
Good time. Good time.
It's a good. So I mean, let me say, when we first got the first edition of it, it wasn't there yet, but we developed. We kept going back and forth. So by that last one, I'm gonna make sure you have a bottle. We had to get
I would enjoy that a great deal.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure you have a bottle, but I enjoyed it.
Okay, and send me this last bottle, not this first one. That obviously is not. I can tell you're a very positive guy. I could tell that first bottle was bad.
Yeah, the first bottle was bad. It was.
I want to ask you about Silo. We'll be right back with more from Common, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. We're here with Common. Congrats on Silo season 3. It's a fantastic show. Based on a great series of sci-fi novels that I was a big fan of. You sort of Enforcer the first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Sort of becoming a bit of a good guy.
Well, I think in the Silo, nobody's all good, all bad, but people did normally look at my character as a bad guy initially.
Yeah.
In fact, many people greet me on the streets like, "Man, I don't like your character," but I take that as
Good
a
acting,
good sign.
yeah,
That's a
because
good
you're a
sign.
very likable guy. So for people not to like you, you got to try really hard.
I love it. I love it. But now you get to see, as you said, he was an enforcer. Now you get to see him and his marriage and him like also some of the things that he believed in his whole time and what he was fighting for as an enforcer has been shattered. So now he has to rethink and reshape himself in the middle of this chaos of where the whole Silo may be destroyed. So it's like he's dealing with his marital problems, his own identity problems, and trying to help people survive in the Silo. So it's a good, complex struggle for a character that I love playing.
And is it true your mom's a fan of the show?
Yeah, she definitely loves the show. She always says, I gotta watch it over just to catch everything. But she gave me that call one time, like, I just picked up the phone. I was like happy to hear my mother's voice. She was like, "I don't like you." I said, "What? What are you talking about?" I said, why would you say that? My heart dropped. And she said, "I don't like your character on Silo." So I was like, okay, that's better.
Yeah.
So she's been watching it. Now my daughter's more of a reality TV watcher, but she's starting to get into Silo. She's finding patience to get into Silo.
Gotcha. And has she made the important call that everyone makes to you, which is like, I also don't like you?
Yeah. No, not yet. She's still.
That's good.
Not yet.
That's good. That's good. You have a new album coming out later this year. Is it still as exciting to get back into the studio as it always has been?
Man, it's super exciting. I was gonna say even more exciting, but it was fun at the beginning. But now it's like just a freedom. This new album is produced by a producer named Madlib, who's one of the most innovative and creative producers ever in the world. And this new album is like, it will go great with my wine because it's like that chill jazz, soulful, funk. It's great music. Yeah.
I feel like I went to the wine store, I got the CD. I went to the CD store, I got the wine.
Yeah.
I want to ask about this. You also branching out one other thing. Chicago Bears invited you to shoot a photographer at the game.
Yes.
This looks, based on the way you're dressed, it looks so cold.
Yeah. It was really cold out there, and it was a lot of snow. The snow had cleared by this time this picture happened, but I was trying to get my photography like there. Like I wanted to do good. Like I'm the type of person that if you give me a chance at something artistically, I'm gonna try to.
I'm a big fan of this one. This is my favorite of it. It's very good.
That's a beautiful photo.
That's a beautiful photo. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was great to be amongst the players, be on the field, and we got some great photos, man, out of it.
Do you wish, like, when you got out there, were you like, I should have come in like September when they were still playing games?
It actually added to my photography that it was cold because I was just like snapping, pop, pop, pop. Like I couldn't think about it. It's cold out there. You just got to do it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for being here. Congrats on Silo. It's always such a pleasure to see you. You guys, Common. New episodes of Silo premiere Fridays on Apple TV. We'll be right back with Brittany Broski.